Hey, look at a nice smooth intro with a nice smooth like flow to the thingamajig, and it's Friday, and holy cow, it's what is it's the 28th, so that puts us at April 28th. Did we?
Thursday, April 28th. Woo.
Wow, we already missed tax day, didn't we? Oh, that's
Oh my
right. I
God,
remember we
Texas
talked
flew
about that.
by. Flew
Yeah,
by. We didn't even
I
mention
just
it. That
yeah
was last week. Tax day was, no, but 1.5 weeks ago was
yeah
things from
great.
tax day. Woo.
You know,
That's a
I was just looking at my tax information, and I'm waiting on a couple of other things for
wow,
us.
good for you.
And well, I tried to get it done as early as possible because I like to know where I'm at, just
Mhm.
because that's ridiculous. And if you haven't thought about it, not you specifically, Zoe, but yeah, if you guys
Those of
haven't
you
thought
who are
about
like
this,
me,
yeah, think
just
about
thinking
it.
about it now,
Yeah, because
it's a
it's
good day to
it's
start.
yeah, yeah. I know I'm depressing as hell, right? What was it? Kaylee put up in there. Hey, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's tax time. So it's I think of tax time honestly as January 1st. I don't know why I think of it as January 1st.
That's a good mental adjustment. It's
Yeah,
really good because especially oh good fantastic. So
yeah.
whoever
That's
I
Steve.
don't know the names. Who is it?
That's Steve.
Steve. Awesome. Steve's got
I
his tax
like we would have
tax-
expected anything less from Steve, right?
anything less than Steve. That's right. That's right. I do also know Allie Goodwin is on top of her taxes.
Yeah.
She has a wonderful accountant. So those of you who have wonderful accountants, give them a call. Get them
Send
the
them my way.
information they need to help you. They
Yeah.
need information first before they can do your taxes. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at. I need to give my wonderful accountant the information she needs. And it sounds like so you need an accountant, Robert. You need some
Well,
help.
I need a better bookie is what I need.
Ah.
Yeah, I just need a better bookie.
Mhm. All right. All right. So recommendations, I'll go to Robert this morning.
Yeah.
Robert.Vincent at
Yeah,
kwclm.com.
yeah. No. Don't send the bookies to that email address. I'll give them a different email address.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, good morning, everyone. We're yammering. It's Friday. I'm getting ready to head out this afternoon because, as you guys may have remembered, yesterday I mentioned, we talked about the snow coming up this weekend, and I needed to get out and adjust my snowblower. And come to find out that the entire mechanism, it wasn't the tension rod that needed adjustment.
Uh-oh.
There's a breakage inside, and the engine is no longer engaging the drive. So I'm going today to buy a new snowblower because there will not be enough
Oh,
time to repair this thing. And
okay.
it's either that or I get the tractor out of the garage and actually like run the tractor up and down the driveway. And
Hey, here.
I contemplated it, but our driveway is not flat. It's an older driveway, so it's got the ruts in the middle.
Yep.
And so if I do that, I'm worried I'll just take apart the driveway, and I kind of don't want to do that. I'm just not in
Oh,
the mood.
do you have a gravel or a dirt driveway?
It's a paved driveway, but it's old, and so it's asphalt, so it's kind of cracking, and
Yeah, yeah.
we looked at getting it redone this last year, and for a nice modest fee of $15,000, they would do it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it didn't get done.
Why not, Robert? That sounds
Again, I need a better bookie.
you need a better book. So the bookie first and then the driveway. So we've got all our ducks in a row.
I'm telling you, a better bookie will solve all my problems. I'm sure.
Definitely. I feel like you might be able to do a one-stop shop. Call Jason Westcott, and he might be
Ah,
able to give you some pointers on plowing with
huh?
the tractor. I don't know. It's totally doable because I know
Yeah,
my dad does that in a
yeah.
pinch or in a like serious
Hmm.
snowstorm situation. He plows all 8 miles of the driveway with it's not eight. It's like it is half a mile though. With a tractor. So
Well,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind if I had a blade, but I've got the bucket, and I know that I have to tip the bucket up, and I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll do it, but I just don't want to. So,
let's do it.
anyways, so enough of that stuff. What is going on today? It's Friday, so we've got a
Friday.
schedule of things going on. And Zoe, what have you got? You did the morning news,
I
so
did.
just walk us through.
So we have, let's see, we're already a couple couple events through. That's what I was trying to say. Pivot Shift Ahead was great call with James Shaw this morning. We are currently on 2022. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Coming up next at 9 o'clock, Investing Mastermind with Brendan Phelan from UPM. Fantastic there. So if you have a rental property, if you've ever thought that you might want to get a rental property, if you've thought, oh, I want to get into this investing thing, I can't tell you how valuable Brendan's experience is. It's fantastic. I know that more than a few of you out there have goals to get your own rental property this year. You should be here just getting the wealth of knowledge that Brendan shares with us. So we appreciate him. And then coming up at 1 p.m., Back to Basics with our wonderful brokers. And I believe Jen Vashon will be on a mountain with no service today. So I know she's going to try. She's going to try to make it, but Jason will definitely be there. Yes, she's on assignment today. That's right. So again, as always, if you need Jen Vashon today, call Jason Westcott. Still rings true. And then at 2 p.m., right before he goes out to buy his new snowblower, it's this dude. Wait, this dude. There we go. I got that guy. Command drop in. You got a question for him? If you are, in a meeting with me and you're like, oh yeah, I should email Robert about that. Yeah. Just drop in on his Zoom room, which is kwtechtv.com. Anytime between 2 and 3 p.m. And you can just get your question like dunzo right there. Get it straight from the expert.
Well, speaking of which, I mentioned the other day that we've been getting a much bigger turnout with that. I'll reiterate something I said yesterday in case we got some new faces here. What I really found interesting was a couple of people actually sent me an email before they joined the Tech Lab, and they said, hey, here's what's going on, and screenshots and a description of the problem. And
screenshots are always good.
Oh yeah, always good. And so what ended up happening was, when I had a moment, I would look at an email. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're coming into the Tech Lab, and that's their problem. And it's like I already had a general idea of what was going on. And so the troubleshooting process and the actual process of solving the issue went by very, very quickly. And awesome. I had a full room, and it was actually kind of nice that it was 2 people that did it out of 6 people that came into the room. But it made a big difference because I was able to get through more people and to kind of take care of business. So if you do have a tech issue that you need to talk about, send me an email, and I will remind you in the email. I always do. I'll remind you in the email that the Tech Labs are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 3, and you can pop in. But send me an email with what you got going on in there, and I'll see if I can make it the solution a little bit quicker. It actually works out really well.
That's awesome.
I wasn't going to say anything Wednesday.
Oh, of course it was Lee. Yes, nicely. Nice work. I would have expected nothing less.
I wasn't. I see. I don't drop names. You just shouted out yourself. And thank you for that. So.
You don't have to. We won't share. Unless we know you're here. Oh my goodness. But also, reminder, it's one at a time and first come, first serve.
Yeah, there's a line. Hey, so you know what? I haven't done this yet. Zoom, let's talk a little bit about this, not necessarily for the Tech Lab, but let's talk about getting support through KW, the CLM, us. We use Zoom, as you can tell, except for this. This is a special
news alert. We use Zoom.
News alert. We use Zoom. And one of the things is Zoom has now gone to a 90-day update. You must, unbelievably, upgrade your Zoom client every 90 days. That's their release schedule. And that means that when you try to join a meeting, if you've got a client that's older than 90 days, it's gonna force you to update before you join a meeting. And that's been happening a lot lately, where people try to join a meeting and I'll get an email saying I can't get in, Zoom is telling me to update. I'm like, update it. Because you won't be able to join the meeting or any meeting. It's not us. It's not us that's doing it.
Do we know like which 90 days? Can we just like put like a Zoom update party on the schedule? For,
I
we all
love it.
update at the same time, so we can
It's
all
on their schedule. So it's on their release schedule. Every 90 days they make an update. And it started, I don't know, 4 months ago. But a lot of people don't use Zoom as much as we do. So I'm always updating because I'm on Zoom every single day. But some people haven't been on Zoom for more than 90 days.
Right.
And so what ends up happening is you fire it up and it says you need to update your client and you need to do that. So let me give you guys a little super duper tip. If you're planning on meeting with anybody here at the Market Center, or for that matter, anywhere, fire up Zoom today. Fire it up and do your update. That way you will not have to do this during a meeting later today or next week or whatever. Get the Zoom updates squared away. And with that in mind, there are always new features, little features, but there's a new feature that just came out in this update that I am working on implementing. And what it is in the waiting rooms, when you're in my waiting room, right now you have a little picture and I got a little funny little blurb in there. But you can now, I can now add video in the waiting room. And so what's going to end up happening is I'm working on a little presentation that is going to be a video presentation in the waiting room showing you all the dozens of ways to access us. So yes, it's in the waiting room, but you're going to get, it's, you know what, it's like a lobby in a doctor's office. Well, that's a horrible analogy, but it's like a lobby in a doctor's office when you see the TV and it's like,
not be hold music.
Oh, there might be.
Okay, everyone, you're very welcome for me having discovered this very serious issue, and there will not be hold music.
Oh, okay.
There will not be elevator music.
We'll tell you what. We'll take suggestions on the genre for the hold music.
Suggestions being taken. Yeah. Yes, put those in the chat.
So with that in mind, I'm going to be putting together a presentation that will, while you're waiting, you'll actually be able to jot down web addresses and phone numbers and this and that. So it's going to be kind of cool that you can collect information while you're there instead of just sitting there waiting. And by the way, if you are in the Zoom room, when you're in one of my waiting rooms, go get a cup of coffee, get a soda or something like that, or a beer or a whiskey. I don't care. And sit down and relax and loosen up because I'll be with you as soon as I can. It's a process. We get through it. But that was kind of cool that I found that out about that new waiting room tool. But most importantly, fire up Zoom and update your client so that we're talking about it from a perspective of you as an agent to us here at the Market Center. But if you have a meeting with somebody and it needs to be over Zoom, the last thing you want to do is be late because of this update. So do it now.
Yeah.
Do it loud. No,
especially if you are hosting the meeting and it is a client. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, no. We're going to do meatloaf. Absolutely. Oh, no. Absolutely. Bat out of hell all day long. I'll just put Bat out of hell on repeat. I'm not putting Paradise by the Dashboard light on, but I'll put Bat out of hell on all day long.
Oh dear. Okay.
You don't even know what that is. Steve and I are the old guys in the room right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I tried. Gave you chances. This is sort of like, oh no, I'm forgetting it. What was the town? They had a chance to name, or maybe it was England, had a chance to name their newest military ship. And
you're talking about the boat?
Yes.
Boaty McBoatface?
Yes.
But that ended up being the name, Boaty McBoatface. I love it.
Oh my God. This is what we know.
Steve, I'm sorry if I offended you. You are not old. Oh, brother.
Age is not a thing, everybody. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
So the whole point of that, however, if I can bring it back around, is that Robert's giving us a great example of checking our systems, checking our things before we actually need them. Yeah. Right? So he tried to turn his snowblower on. It's definitely a no-go. But he's not up the creek because the snow isn't here yet.
Yeah.
Right? He's got the time to
Hmm.
buy Snowblower today.
I am nothing if not proactive.
Yes, nothing if not proactive. So don't find out that you need the thing and you don't have the thing until 8 seconds before you, and it's
It's
not
so
there
true.
for you. Right. If you really need something,
Hmm.
just check it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Team update on our Zoom client, which I'm it's as new to me as it is to you today. I'm going to do that before my meetings today. All that good stuff.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how to transition here. It's not.
So you don't. You just go. You just
You just
hard
do
left
it.
turn.
Hard left turn. All right, hard left turn, everybody. Um, from preparation and checking things to doing the things. Doing the
That
things.
was a good transition. See,
I
you
don't
did
know.
it.
I don't know. I'm trying, everybody. So I know a couple of you usually watch Pivot Shift Ahead in the morning. It was a great call today. The last couple days have been really good ones. They're all good. The last couple days have been awesome. And this morning, James Shaw went back a little bit to talk about something that he mentions on every single call. He closes out his call with, you've gotten your inspiration, now put in the perspiration, which means you've gotten your inspiration from this call and your fellow agents. Now go do it. Now go do the things, do the work, right? So he says that on every single call, but today he sort of stepped back and said, okay, what does that actually mean when I say that? I'm going to explain what this means. So we got all the knowledge this morning. And I
Hmm.
wanted to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about so when you're on these trainings, when you're on Pivot Shift Ahead call, when you're listening to Brendan in his investing mastermind, and it sounds so amazing and there's all this great information, and maybe you're taking notes, but you know, and you get off the call and you're like, okay, I'm going to be like the world's best real estate investor. You're all fired up. What do you do with that energy? How do you put that into motion to actually get results? Because being inspired, thinking about something is awesome. And it's just the first step. It's just the first step. You're around it now, but you're not in it yet. You're not practicing it yet.
Hmm.
So how do you put these things into action? One is to identify the steps. Figure out the steps. All right, I'm super inspired. Like, what do I actually need to do? What are the things I need to do? So make your list. And two, R&D, rip off and duplicate. James Shaw did not say this. This is my rip off
Rip
and
off and
duplicate,
duplicate.
right? But this is something we say all the time in real estate, right? Like rip off and duplicate. And that does not mean copy, but it does mean use the resources that are available to you. That people in our ecosystem, we are so lucky here at KW. Everybody shares all their stuff.
Hmm.
Oh my God, that is not the case everywhere. Like, let me tell you, if you go on the Pivot Shift Ahead Pivot Shift Ahead Facebook page, excuse me, there are so many examples of agents going on there and asking, hey, does anybody have like their copy of the golden letter that they can share? I'm stuck on mine. And people send them. They upload their files right there because they know that, like, all oh yeah, true. um but they know it helps, and they're there to help. So take some of those things, make them yours, right? If it sounds weird to you, change the words so that it's in your voice and it's something that you feel good about. And then do the things, meaning, and then print it out and send it. And the thing that James Shaw really did this morning was he said, this requires you to add this to your checklist. Anything you do more than once requires a checklist. And anything that you want to do to get results from on an ongoing basis, you have to do more than once. That's the
Hmm.
secret. If there's a secret to lead generation and real estate, it's do it again. Whatever that thing that you did that worked, okay, that's awesome that it worked. Now do it again and do it again. It's consistency of action. And the way that you put that into practice and make it easy for yourself is to add it to a checklist that you do for every buyer, every listing, every closed transaction, right? there are checklists that you have for all of those things. Add a buyer letter to this checklist. Add, asking for a recommendation to that checklist. Whatever it is that you've gotten your inspiration for, add that item to your checklist. Do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. Make it easy for yourself, so you're not reinventing the wheel every time.
If only we had like a database where we could keep all this information so that we could refer back to it when we did something once. If we kept it in a database, then we could refer back to it and maybe use it again.
Oh my gosh. And
boy, that would really give us good command of our situation, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. That's a great idea, Robert.
Yeah.
You should really develop that.
Yeah.
I
think we could develop a real commanding presence if we were able to organizationally kind of put things together and develop some kind of workflow, maybe some design campaigns, or keep track of our contacts or tasks. I mean, it's
you're thinking really big.
Developing a plan, like like some kind of plan that's intelligent, like a plan, a smart plan, something like that. I don't know.
Awesome.
But you know what? I'm just talking. There's probably nothing like that around here.
Just thinking out loud, right? I
hope this isn't going by too quickly for you guys. You're with me, right? Everybody's with us, right?
We're with you, Robert. Yes, we're with you. Everybody's on board. All right. So if you're not already using checklists in your opportunities pipeline for all these stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start a checklist. Robert, you cover checklists. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Your classes? Which one is it?
Well, you know what? Checklists are interesting in command because it's a conversation. I've worked with several teams and individuals where the checklist question, when it comes up, it's often a little bit, I won't say misunderstood. It's a little bit obscured how powerful they are and what you need to do to really truly implement them. And if you are considering using,
oh my gosh, wow.
What's that?
So to implement, you mean to use something that sounds like a good idea, but then actually put it into action?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to have conversations about putting checklists into command because it really, you know what it does is it exposes to you your business and the way you do it, because you have to think about it. And when you take the time to explore a checklist inside of command, you start to see the process laid bare, and it exposes weaknesses, it exposes strengths, and it gives you an idea of where to focus your energy and where you are, doing good. So if you're contemplating doing checklists, which you should in command, reach out. We can have a long conversation about what it is, how it works, and how your business fits into the checklist process. And
I bet they have no idea how long we can talk about checklists.
Oh, we could talk about it for days.
We won't do that here, but you'd be surprised. Robert and I could go for a long time on checklists. Yeah. We are your checklist nerds.
Steve, I'm not talking to you right now. You're
I'm going to fully ignore that right now.
Yeah, we're not putting that up there, Steve. I don't know how that got. Oh, what? How did that get there?
We were moving past. Wait a minute, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
You didn't know I could do that?
No, that's neat.
Oh, yeah, check this one out. This one's one of my favorites. Sue Doyle says that Sunday morning should be sunny and on Sunday so that she can just drive over her driveway and do that. You guys didn't know I could add the comments that you're doing? Absolutely. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Alice. Oh, I love this so much. This is awesome. See all the nifty little things? Robert's
I got all the gadgets.
That way. All the gadgets, except for the snowblowers. So, not that gadget.
Checklists and Hool, the way to do it. The way to do it.
Absolute truth. Yes. If you are checklist challenged, Jason Hool is not. and you will absolutely bolster your skills, or your business's checklists in that
Yep.
way. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So
All right.
lots to think about.
Lots.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna close this out with a little bit of behind the scenes for you guys. One of the things that we do, this is a daily show that Tim has put together and that we're trying to hold together with duct tape and spit. And one of the things about this
Apologize,
is,
everybody.
yeah, we're not Tim, and we know that, and it's something that we've kind of resigned ourselves to. So when Tim returns, you will be graced by the golden throat. He'll do a great job of keeping things moving for you guys. But one of the things that we do is we kind of try to think of good things to talk about for you guys because it's daily. We don't like have a week or month planned in advance. So we really work in the mornings or just kind of like to make things interesting for you guys. And I love it when conversations like you here, Zoe and I were talking about just different things, and it moves through the conversation, and we end up discovering things that we think would be valuable for you to have, and we try to share those things with you. So even though Tim's not here, we wanted to thank you for this week at a minimum for coming along for this ride, and we've had a great time doing it. We're very excited about Tim's return. And because we'll be able to just stop trying to stutter, but when that happens,
transitions will be smoother. Everyone,
transitions will be smoother. But we really appreciate you guys coming in for the week and hanging out with us. And we really want you to stay safe over the weekend because whether we get an inch or 2 feet of snow, it doesn't matter. Just stay safe, be out there. Keep things moving. Think about moving forward in your business. Check out Bold if you haven't. Where do they go to go Bold?
Oh, boldportsmouth.com.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't even mention my most wonderful tie back, which is bold forces you into action. Why do all these agents keep talking about how it changes their lives? It's because it forces them to do the doing, not just the inspiring. You get the inspiration, but then Bold encourages you to actually do the things and start perspiring.
Do that thing you do.
Gets results.
Do
Actual results. Do it. Okay.
Go do it.
Everybody. I will
All right, you guys. Have an awesome weekend, and we will see you next week.